In this video of the Threat Simulator video series, we're going to cover scenarios. And scenarios are built on the assessment which we covered in a previous video, which show you policy, instrumentation, and kill chain assessments. So in this case here, the first thing I want to show you is the topology. And the reason why I want to show you the topology is because I'm going to create a scenario that goes from the dark cloud to my threat simulator agent in Azure. The first thing I did is I configured the network path, and you can do that. And what I created here is a path that has a Palo Alto Networks firewall, all of it in it. So that will show me if something is not configured right, or if something needs to be added, or a signature. After the scenario is over, I can show you the remediation suggestions. So in this case, I'm going to close this, and now I'm going to go to the scenarios. And if you look here, this is the screen that shows you all the different scenarios that you already had. In this case, I don't have any, and we are going to create one. So I'm going to create the scenario. And there's 3 steps to a scenario. The first thing is we have to select what type of an assessment. So you can click on this and you can click instrumentation, kill chain, or policy. In this case, I'm going to keep it at instrumentation. And then you can also choose many different types of attacks, but I'm going to keep it at the CISA top 10 client attacks. The next step that I have is I have to choose my agent. In this case, that's the threat simulator up in Azure that I was talking about earlier. And here, if this were 2 internal systems, I could say do this lateral, so that way I can test internal firewalling and internal security measures from node to node, or from subnet to subnet. And then advanced allows me to choose what kind of port I want to use and which protocol protocol I want to use. In this case, HTTPS. And the last thing I need to do is name the scenario. I'm going to give it the same name as on top, as CISA top 10, and then I can add the scenario and run it later, or I can add and run the scenario right now. So I'm going to click on that, and this actually is going to queue the scenario for me. Now the scenario has started running, and it's starting from the dark cloud to my threat simulator agent, and it's going to run a certain amount of audits, and they either pass or fail, and I will go through the details once that is done. As you can see now, the tests have completed. There were 6 total audits. All of them failed. I want to see the details now. So now I can come here, and it shows me the audit results, and I can look at each different test it has taken, and I can now ask for recommendations, and it will tell me all the different recommendations that I have here with the Palo Alto Networks that I installed in my path earlier in the video. And you can see AV, DNS signatures, firewall rules, IPS signatures. All this will give you actionable remediation that allows you to take actions. So just to summarize, in this video I showed you how you build on the assessment and create scenarios. And we created a scenario from the dark cloud to the threat simulator in Azure that covered the CISA top 10 client attacks. And then I showed you how easy it is to get recommendations of how to fix all this information.